Hello, everybody, and welcome to the D&D podcast you didn't ask for. One more roll. My name is Zach, the Dungeon Master, and I'm here with the Mavericks, one of the many teams that'll be competing in the Gauntlet of Champions. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Zach, not the DM.
Every team has done this, by the way, where they've all none of them have planned who goes first, and they all fucking try to speak at the exact same time after an awkward pause.
That makes
Okay, let's go first.
Well, the other Zach went first.
Okay, so other Zach, spelled with a K, which is a sin, but we'll ignore that for the sake of this tournament. Go on.
Excuse.
Look, it's part of my branding to hate Zach with a K, okay? It's not you, it's just in my character description.
I mean, you'll also note I did not disagree with you, but rude.
You know it's based on Zachariah. Where's the K come from? It's not there. It's just pulled out of thin air. But yeah, go on. Tell us a bit about yourself, Zach.
My name is with a K because yes, I did indeed pull it out of thin air. I am a magician. I've been playing D&D since I was 12. I started with 3rd edition and dabbled in Pathfinder a bit, and now we living it up in 5th. Yeah.
Holy shit, you started in 3rd edition. When was 3rd edition even out?
Well, I was playing it in early
2000s.
So.
Damn, how old are you? Let me ask that, if you're okay mentioning your age on here. I've asked a few people that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I am 32.
Is anyone here older than 32 on this team?
No. I am the old man.
I think you're the oldest in this entire tournament.
Oh dear God.
I have a teacher who's 29, and I sat there and I'm like, I think there's someone in their 30s here. I think Travis is in his 30s. And yeah, you are the eldest of the tournament. Damn, how does that feel?
Well, let me tell you, I was already having a bit of a crisis because my brother just turned 30 today, and I already felt old. So thank you for worsening.
You're welcome. Have you hit your midlife crisis yet?
Yes, that is why I got a bunch of tattoos and started dyeing my hair. None of which, if you can see. Just imagine. Just put whatever color hair you want on me, how you imagine me to be, and whatever tattoos you think on a person that me sounds like would have. And you are probably correct.
How old were you on when 3rd edition came out and you started playing?
When I started playing, I think I was 12 when I started playing. I was 11 or 12.
How do you like 5e compared to 3e?
Oh, I love 5th. I love 5e because I personally love the ease of it because I enjoy the thought of having as many people playing this game as possible.
It is very easy to get people into this game now. Is D&D kind of your go-to tabletop RPG that you tend to enjoy playing?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, is there any others that you think are like worth mentioning, or are you full D&D?
At the moment, I'm full D&D. I used to do Pathfinder a while ago, but it's been a while since I've touched that. I like the Grant Howitt one-page TTRPGs though. I like pulling those out for a quick game.
That's pretty cool. So you got a lot of experience under your belt right now. You got a good. Well, you said you were how old again? 32? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
You started when you were 12. You have 20 years, 2 decades of D&D experience under your belt for this tournament. That's fucking insane. That gives you so much. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've seen someone with 10 years of D&D experience yet.
I think how old are you?
Me?
Yes.
I'm fucking turning 22 in like a month.
Oh dear God!
Shit.
I'll tell. Yeah.
Damn, I'm about a year and a half older than you. I'm 23.
Yeah, for my age, because I know there's a lot of people varying ages. Anywhere between, I've seen people I think as young as 17 in this tournament, up to 32 now. And I'm towards like where the majority of ages are. A lot of college kids are playing this for this little tournament we're doing. But I've always been, since I was in high school, I've always been hosting big events and stuff, and this is kind of like just the next step in my little path. You know, this is the next thing I gotta do. D&D is kind of an obsession for me right now, as it's been for the past year and almost 2 years now. I have almost 2 years of D&D experience. That's how little I have compared to you, which is crazy. Okay, yeah, that's fucking awesome. Love that. Who wants to go next? Might as well go to the guy who mentioned 23. Go ahead.
Oh, hello. My name is Mark. I don't have as much D&D experience, but I did start like in high school when I was like 16, 15. So that was like what I also don't do math correctly. 7-ish years ago.
Still more than
8-ish
me.
years
Holy
ago.
shit. Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
But it's also like very inconsistent because I've only like the experience is like very small because it's only been with like the same group of friends, and we've never actually had a consistent schedule. We just kind of decide, oh, let's play D&D this week, and I'm like, sure, let's do that.
That's pretty fucking cool, Mark. I like that. I wish I played in high school. I tried in high school. I really tried, but it was way too inconsistent. So a one shot ended up taking like half a year.
Exactly. That is exactly how it is.
Nowadays, dude. Nowadays, I how I run my games now is I have every Sunday, on the One More Roll Discord. You know, the not the Gauntlet Champions one that we're in right now, but the other one that I started you guys in. Every Sunday, I run a Sunday game. That's my rule. We have people take certain days and they run on those days, and that's why I've consistently been not a forever DM, but I've never stopped DMing since I started playing D&D, like efficiently.
You must really love DMing.
Dude, I fucking love it. You have to understand, before D&D was my big thing, writing was my big thing.
Yo, I'm actually very fascinated by writing also.
Dude, I fucking love it. It's insane. I spend like 2 something years writing like not a fan fiction, but a like an inspired work based on My Hero, because I loved the idea, but I didn't like a lot of the characters and stuff or the world, so I changed the world up, and I just took the idea of superpowers. So I'm like, yeah, I'm giving this to fucking people, and I ended up spending like the last like 2 years in like senior year in early college just writing that, and then I realized it was way too much for me, so I just stopped doing it.
Oh, why?
Well, I was like less than 10% of the way through, 101 chapters in, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting any recognition from this, so I'd rather make this my own story and then publish it and get money from it, rather than spend the next decade of my life writing this story that no one's gonna read. You know what I mean?
Yes. I have like whenever I'm walking around, I always have like this pen pad that if I just get like an idea, I just have the urge to write it down.
That's fucking sick. Do you publish your writing anywhere, or
no?
You know what? Ah, damn. Okay, okay.
It's nothing's been published. It's all in my computer, all in my notebooks, and
Let me ask: do you want to publish something, or is this more of a private thing for you personally?
A little. I do want to like one day maybe publish something. I do want to like actually like get into writing. I mean, it's still like kind of a hobby, but like, you know, I do would like to try.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And then we move on to our last but not least contestant, the person who got this team together. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Travis, and oddly enough, on this team I have the least experience with D&D.
Go on, do tell.
If my brother said he's been playing since high school, and I'm pretty saying that's like around maybe 7 years ago, I believe.
7 or 8.
Yeah. Me, I'd say like I started 5 years ago.
Okay. So you're more of the rookie of the team, but even then, not a rookie. Still got half a decade under your belt, you know.
I learned the game fast, so
which is good. And I believe you are the second oldest in the entire tournament, right?
Yep.
Yeah, fucking awesome. Ah, diversity. It's so sick when I get to see just different minds, different people with interests and shit come together for an event like this. It's really fucking cool. Okay, yeah. Real quick. I gotta ask. Especially, this is for Zach. This question is mostly for you, but I'll ask all three of you. What are your favorite classes to play in D&D?
Oh dear God.
No wonder why it was directed towards him.
I was like, oh man, he's been playing for 20 years. I gotta know what he's like, you know? I gotta know what he's into. But yeah, if you guys also want to answer this, go right ahead. I don't want to exclude you from this question. If you have a favorite class, say it off the top of your head right now. Don't even explain yourself, just say it.
My problem is I don't really have a favorite class specifically, because what I've been trying to do. So back when I was playing third, all I ever played was sorcerer. That's it.
Okay.
And since I've started playing fifth, I tried to use a different class each game that I play. So I guess, you know what? If I had to say one, I would probably go with cleric, because it's the only one that I've returned to so far.
Okay. That's a good answer. What about you two? You got an answer?
Well, if I know my brother well, it would most likely be something martial class.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Knowing Travis, yeah, Marshall, I can see
I'd
it.
respond with an audio clip, but I'm pretty sure that belongs to somebody else. But yeah, they will probably know. They will probably know by the class. It's fighter because it's basic, but still it's helps me learn the game more because even though I'm getting some experience on this, I'm still learning new things.
Fighter is a great class. I think it's slept on a lot. I literally have a human fighter, and he is probably one of my favorite characters to play. At this point in the time, if you guys are watching, have watched all these, it's Jake Arcane. It's the guy who's becoming a fucking god for those of you who have watched every episode of the podcast and have heard his name be mentioned because he keeps coming up. Love him to death. But yeah, no, Fighter's sick. Fighter's a sick class. So is Cleric. I think Fighter is the most versatile martial in my opinion, and I think Cleric's the most versatile spellcaster. And what about you, Mark?
I actually don't have a favorite class.
Really?
Yes, because it's not more about what's more of my favorite. I just like creating interesting characters instead of just making it like based on what class I want to use.
Okay.
So
That's fair.
like last night, I was talking to a friend about like a D&D campaign, the Storm King's Thunder, because he borrowed my book, and
Yes.
we might do that sometime.
That's
We
cool.
don't know when. So I was just trying to think of like what I could do, and I was like, what if I just go cleric? I want to know what happens if I go cleric, and I was just like looking at what I can do, like what I can role play, what I could do with his backstory, and how to tie it in with all his magic.
Yeah, that's fucking sick. Love that. All right, now we know all about yourselves. It took us 12 minutes to talk about you guys, but that's fine. Now it's not blah blah blah. Can't speak. Fuck me. Give me a second. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Okay. Let's talk about your characters now. I don't know who wants to go first, but just kind of like the basics. Their name, race, class, personality, backstory. If you guys have like an order of how you met each other, maybe you could go by that order, because I've seen some people do that.
I was going to say, let's do reverse order then of how we described ourselves. Travis, Mark, then me.
Ooh, okay, that's fun. Yeah, all right. Travis, you're up. Talk about your character.
That's a good idea. My character's name is Roez, but when I made this character, I had Mega Man on the mind. So like, I wonder if I can do some flavor texting with this, like rearrange. Like, I mean, the spells will have the same effect, just like the way they're cast is entirely different, and based on Mega Man X. I'm not gonna like just keep going. I'm gonna do this from Mega Man X.
Yeah, describe it like visually to be kind of inspired.
Yeah,
that's fine. I love it when people find inspiration through games and media and stuff.
Actually, if you rearrange the letters in the name, they actually do spell out.
Dude,
Really?
how the fuck did I not know that?
Oh my-
How the fuck did I not know that?
Wait,
it's 4 letters. It's 4 letters, and it's in my gamer tag.
Bro.
Zero's in my gamer tag. How did I not notice?
Bro.
It's literally just zero rearranged. Just fucking happen.
Bro.
Holy shit.
Are you serious? It's like Neo and the One. What the fuck? Come on.
Dude, I'm actually really mad because like fuck, dude, that's so embarrassing. I didn't notice that. That's so embarrassing. Shit. Okay, it's fine. Okay, tell us a bit about like your actual I don't know if you want to do backstory, personality. You're playing fighter.
Yes, he's an Eldritch Knight. But the way he became that way is that he started off more intellectually based, but he took an expedition to the Feywild where he managed to gain strength equal to his intelligence, and I want to say that he met my teammates in the Feywild because we all have the Fey touched feat, so
That's fun. That's pretty fun. Okay. What does Fey Touch give you? You know what? No, I'll ask that in a sec. No, I've already asked. It's too fucking late. What does Fey Touch give you?
It enables you to use Misty Step for free once a day, and one other level 1 spell that does enchantment, or forget what the other type of a spell.
Okay, so you get a spell and you get Misty Step.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Is that all it gives you?
I can technically I can cast it more than once technically, but it's just that
You use spell slots afterwards, right?
After using the free, I have to pay magic slots to use it again.
No, I've noticed your character, right? I'm looking at your character sheet right now, and I looked at. I don't know why I was reading this section. I tend to not. I tend to look up past the right side where it has like your personality traits, your ideals, and stuff. I noticed in your flaws, it says, and I quote, "Violence is the answer." You want to talk about that real quick?
Well, I was I was looking through the Outlander background, and when I was looking through the flaws, it said that technically it's supposed to be quick to jump into a fight, but I just reworded it to violence is the answer because I feel like that's an easier way to explain it.
Okay. So you tend to think let's hit first, talk later kind of
Yeah.
vibe. That's your
You know what?
mentality?
One thing is in Overwatch, my favorite quote from the character Roadhog is that violence isn't the answer, it's the question, and the answer is yes.
I was just about to say that. Ugh.
I think it's really funny that your character is prone to violence because you don't tend to see that too often on a character that has a pretty high intelligence because you have a 16 intelligence. In theory, you would know violence is and your charisma is 16 too. You would know violence isn't the answer half the time, but it's really funny that you're like, no, it is. It definitely is.
I wanted to add on saying that like I was mocked for my intelligence when I was younger, so
Oh, you got bullied. Okay, I see how it is.
Yeah.
They pushed you and you're like, okay, you know what, fuck it, I'll kill you now. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
High charisma can also mean that you know how to intimidate people.
That's true. I'm looking at that. He does not have persuasion or deception. He has intimidation. You're right. You're
He
right.
could also play the words in his favor to instigate a fight with the guy to
You know what?
instead of
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, you're both right. He's just a violent man. Okay. I respect that. Eldritch Knight, we'll talk about more about that mechanically in a bit. But so you were, from what I'm understanding, you were weak, bullied, but smart. And then when you went to the Feywild, you somehow gained great strength there via either magical abilities or training itself.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. No, I like that a lot. That's a nice little flavoring. Anything else you want to mention about your character before we move on?
Well, I know that this is audio only, but if you noticed in under equipment, I put in reskinned the weapons.
Yeah. Which I love it when we fucking.
Yeah, like the
Reskin
long
gear.
sword is a katana, and there's a guandao.
I'm gonna look up what a Guando is. Hang on, looking it up.
I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, it's okay. It's one of those fucking long fucking halberds essentially.
Yep.
Yeah, halberds are a weapon that you can get in the. I'm just letting you know they are like you could get a halberd.
I'm gonna
in
say this
D&D.
right now. Every time my brother mentions anything like samurai related, I will respond in kind with, "Of course."
That's fair. I've known
'Cause
Travis for a good 2 years now.
love
And samurais
samurais.
are kind of his thing. Yeah,
Yes.
it's kind of his thing.
And I'm like on the opposite spectrum. I love knights
That's fair. I'm sure.
and cowboys, but for some reason Japan is also some reason obsessed with cowboys in the Wild West. I don't understand it either.
Now, moving on to your character, Mark. Actually, you're not a cowboy. Funnily enough, or arguably a knight. But tell us the inspiration behind this character,
All right.
if you don't mind.
So-
I feel like we need to know just a tiny bit, ever so slight.
All
on,
right, so a few years ago, I read a manga called Magia the Ninth, which was about a whole church of classical, this old church of exorcists who use classical music as a way as a catalyst to exorcise demons, and Beethoven is the founder of that church. And the problem I have with the manga is that I really like it, and there's only 2 volumes. And he's never gonna write anything for it ever again. He even said it in the last page. I'm like, God damn it! So I kind of
okay. So you got cucked there. You got cock blocked.
I'm just I was like, I want to play this character. I want to do what Beethoven in D&D would be like.
Yeah, so his character is literally Beethoven. Your character's full name, I believe. I want to say, is it just Ludwig von Beethoven? Is that it?
Yeah.
Technically in the manga, they use some historical musicians as code names. So you got
So it's not okay. So it's not actually Beethoven in the manga. And this isn't actually Beethoven being isekai'd into this
No.
either. Just make this very fucking
no,
clear.
no.
This is a character
So, like-
that is named Beethoven, inspired by the manga character named Beethoven.
Yes.
Who's inspired by the musician named Beethoven.
Yes, exactly.
There's a bit of a chain there.
There's like degrees. There's like levels of like inspiration here. It's like a ladder. It's like turtles all the way down.
Yeah. Let me check something. I want to check something real quick. Sorry, give me just
Oh,
1 second. I'm just looking at your team because I believe you're all human variants. I just realized that.
What?
I was like, I'm
Are
pretty
there
sure
any,
it's
like-
the all human variants.
Yeah. Oh, there's like I was about to ask like, what like non-human like people do we have to look out for?
Oh, there's so fucking many, dude. There's like various. Oh my, I don't even want to tell you. There's so many. Like there's a good amount of humans. I will say humans are definitely the majority.
Of course.
But that's because we are in a human city, and I make a lot of NPCs that I just use human for because it's easier for me. Because I made 50 NPCs for this, so 50 plus, and I'm just like, fuck it. I can't make every character original race, but like I can make a lot of them original characters.
Yeah.
But there's like name a race. There probably is one of these in the tournament, if it's a common race. for
Kender.
sure. Probably not. That one probably not actually. Yeah, no, that one, I don't think that one's there. But yeah, you guys are all very humans, which is not uncommon to have an all variant human team or an all human team, I'll say. But you are the ones I knew signed up as all variant humans as part of the going into. This is part of the plan. What alignment is Beethoven? You don't have that on your sheet, but that's something that's really important.
Oh.
So what alignment are you?
I mean he's good generally, like probably chaotic good, I guess.
Got it good? Okay, write that shit down. Write that shit
Yeah.
down. You're gonna need to know that. Some characters hit other alignments for harder, so you need to know what your alignment is.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Because I'm not gonna let them ask, hey, are you this alignment? And you're like, oh no, I'm not. You know, and because you haven't picked one. And tell us about your I'm guessing obviously it's part of the inspiration from the manga character, but you are a multi-class.
Yes. I am a bard paladin.
Bard Paladin. Do you have a subclass in each? I think you do, right?
Yes. College of Swords and Oath of Glory. I think that.
Yeah. Those are the ones I'm looking at right now.
Yeah.
How do you like, without saying too much about your mechanics, how do you like that mix? Does it flow well?
Well, yeah. I've never really done something like this before. I think this is actually like. No, I think this is the second time I've ever multi-classed.
Really? Second time?
Yes. I've mostly just done like, just straight up the class, and like. I think the only time I've ever done a multi-class was probably when my friend like, hey, you want to do homebrew? I'm like, sure.
You know, that's fair. I should have asked this question for Travis as well, and I'm going to ask for Travis's answer in a second. But why did your character go to the Feywild? Like, how did that happen?
So like, my explanation,
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure how, like, because I don't really know much lore of like the world of D&D and how it all works cohesively. So like, since like I'm an exorcist, I'm fighting demons. During a fight, I got it was running away to the Feywild, and I was trying to chase after it. Does that work? I
Yeah,
guess?
sure.
And that's where I met him.
You know, that makes sense. That works. Roaz got to the Feywild. How, Travis? Do tell.
I wanted to because my character was like started off intelligence space. He wanted to know what the Feywilds was like, so decided to head toward uncharted territory and see. And
Oh, just a curious little
Yeah.
guy. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
and it's where I met my teammates in the Feywilds.
Now, did you two meet each other first before the third member, or were one of you two the third member?
I feel like we met each other at the same time.
Oh, like all three of you just actually crossed paths around the exact same time. That's pretty funny. Okay, I like that a lot. That's good. Is there anything else you want to mention about Beethoven?
He's a narcissist.
He's was actual Beethoven a narcissist, or is that based on the manga Beethoven?
Based on the manga.
Is the manga one based on real Beethoven for narcissism? I'm gonna look that up. Is Beethoven a narcissist, dude? I need to know now.
I don't think he particularly was any more than any other composer of his era.
Dude, okay, I'm not. Yeah, I don't want. I'm not gonna get political, right? I'm not gonna get political, but I just think it's really fucking funny that the second article is Trump versus Beethoven, and it starts with, and like Trump, Beethoven was a narcissist.
What the fuck?
So it looks like a lot of people,
Oh
a lot
my
of people
God.
seem to think that Beethoven was a narcissist. So there you go, there you go. The manga based him off of real life a tiny bit. That's just a little fun fact for you music nerds. Okay, okay. Did he have red hair, or did you just do that?
Manga.
Okay,
It's the manga. It's the manga. Like in the roll 20, you'll see that I changed the picture, the picture where it's actually him from the manga.
Okay, okay. Moving on to our third character, Zach. Tell us about your little guy.
So my little guys, his name is Tarl Chamberlain.
Mhm.
He is also a variant human, like the other two members of our party. His past is a lot of it is a blur, and that is by his own choosing. In his youth, he wanted to be a cleric because he wanted to be a force of good in the world. And there was always so much pain going on everywhere, and he couldn't figure out how to bring peace. Because he is of the peace domain, and he just wants to help people resolve their differences. And he stumbled upon a gem dragon, a Belduril dragon. I don't know how to pronounce that properly, so I apologize.
Fuck if I know, dude. Go on.
Asking for guidance. He thought the dragon might have been sent from his deity. And the dragon told him to move past his past and appreciate the present and focus on the future. Leave your grudges in the past, negativity in the past. And Tarl took that incredibly literally. He acquired in his travels an enchanted pen that, as you write about your memories with it, it removes those memories from your mind.
Ooh, that's fun. I like that.
So he has a journal full of his story and all of his experiences. I have him as neutral good because he still wants to cause peace, but as he's grown older and has removed his memories from his mind, he's also removed the weight of his past actions. And now he just doesn't really care much about the wholeness of the world as much as he wants peace around him. Specifically, directly around him. He wants nothing to do with people. Screw people. People suck. I just want to be left alone. And he has become a hermit. And in fact, every so often there will be someone who catches wind of the hermit cleric who can establish peace between people. And there was someone who tried to hire him, and he doesn't want to bother working for people, but living by yourself, you do need to be able to afford some amenities. So he found himself entering into the Feywild to try and broker some peace between some of the courts. And lo and behold, he finds these two hooligans.
He finds Beethoven. He's like, oh shit, I love your music.
No, music's too loud, man.
That's fair. That's fair. You are actually in character on your team. They're both 27 years old. You're 45.
Yep.
So you are actually like more of an, no, I wouldn't say elder, but more of a by comparison, an elder compared to these two. You've lived much longer.
I will say, him going on that spiel about his backstory just shows the amount of knowledge he knows on D&D. Oh my god, that was awesome.
And can you tell me what salt and pepper hair is like, real quick? What does that mean?
Oh no, that's where it's when your hair starts to gray.
Mm-hmm.
So you have your young natural hair color, but it also
Oh.
has sprinkles of gray hair.
What's his
throughout.
natural hair color?
So it's like black. It's black hair sprinkled with gray hair throughout.
Interesting. I like that. I didn't know it was called that. That's fucking cool. I like that.
So like my hair in real life.
Are you graying, or are you dyeing your hair? I need to know this now.
No, okay, no, it's not dye. It is actually gray hair.
Dude, you're 23.
My brother can attest to this. He wants to pull out all my gray hair because it bothers him.
Travis, what trauma did you give this man? What'd you fucking do to
Oh my
him?
God.
He's graying, dude. Like that's not normal for a 23-year-old. Are you in your midlife crisis too?
I'm also graying. My hair's also graying, man. And
God,
it's
dude, holy shit, guys,
feel
you're
like-
you're under some unhealthy stress. Holy shit.
I feel like the last 2 years brought out the grays in everyone's hair. Just saying.
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I went through a fucking character arc in the last 2 years. I'm fucking chilling now. But you guys seem to be going
Good
through the
for you,
ringer,
man, like,
dude. Holy shit. Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember how long I've had this gray hair.
It's fucking like, is it like a natural? Like, I know one of my friends has brown hair, but he has a patch of blonde in it as well, and that's natural. Is it like that, or did it just start graying? I need to know.
No. Like I've even pulled out some hairs that are like in the midst of turning gray. Like it's all like
Is
if
this
I
like
just
normal for your family? Did you ask like your dad and mom?
I asked, they say it might be genetic. I don't know.
I don't even know what to think. Fuck, man. Hang on a second. This is more interesting than the podcast to me. Wait a minute. Can your hair start graying at a young age? I need to know what the cause of this is.
Absolutely.
They can
think my
get,
hair
okay, they can
started
get gray
graying-
at any age.
Yeah,
Okay.
my hair started graying when I was about 25.
Really?
It depends, but and it is absolutely genetic. It skips a generation.
Yeah,
So
that's fuck.
If your grandparents grade at a young age, then you're more likely to also grade at an early age. Whereas if you're likewise, if your grandfather balded at an early age, you're likewise too. And that's why my hair the sides are now completely gray, and my brother's dealt with a lot of balding.
You know, I need to start asking my parents on the balding thing because I do not want to go bald. Now I'm freaking out. No, yeah, but you're right. You're
This
right.
video is sponsored by Keats. No.
But yeah. So gray hair, any age, by genes. That's what yeah, you're right. That's what it says on Google. And apparently stress can also cause it, which would make sense with the lockdowns and shit, because that's been a very stressful time for everyone I know. I'm sure everyone's had a fucking terrible year sometime in these past 2 years, because it's just
2020 was not fun.
2020 was my least favorite year. And
I think
not even
everybody
because of the
did it
pandemic.
2020.
It's not even the pandemic that made it my least favorite year, but like that definitely added to it. And I think that's been the case for a lot of people. I've met a lot of people who
One more
suffered
like
through
one thing is that fucking when like every year so far, I've at least had COVID once.
that. Are you fucking serious?
I'm serious. 2020, I had COVID. 2021, literally near the end, I got COVID.
How about this year?
And it carried over into 2022.
Oh my fucking god.
So I technically had COVID for the past like 3 years. So I swear to God, if I get COVID before the year ends, I'm gonna throw something out my window.
Hey, I know a great swing at a park you should lick.
Fuck. Oh.
Anyways, back to your characters. Man, we have fun here. Okay. Let's talk about these characters mechanically on a strategic level in terms of what they're capable of doing. Who has the simplest character? I'll start with that.
I would say Travis.
All right, Travis, you're up first. What do you
Travis is
have as a fighter? We understand what the fighters get on basics. By now, everyone should know extra attack, action surge, second wind, a fighting style. Tell us about your feats, your potential magic items, your subclass, and as an Eldritch Knight, tell us about, obviously your subclass would be about spells that you plan to use. So talk about that stuff, all mechanically essentially. I want to know your mechanics and how you plan to fight individually.
Well, I know that with my magic I can multi-target or single target because I've got spells that can do AoE effects or target more than one character, or I could just focus the magic on one target and make so like burning hands. I can get everyone in a 15-foot cone, and I keep on I've run this through a bunch of other people with this one strategy I have with burning hands and Misty Step, which is teleport myself 15 feet in the air with Misty Step, and then aim the burning hands downward, and I pretty much have a ghetto fireball.
Yeah, that's fucking sick. I love that.
Yeah, But there's also the fact that I would take some fall damage because I'm pretty sure every 10 feet is 1d6 of falling damage.
Oh well, don't worry. Don't you have something to negate fall damage?
Or
Or did you not end up taking that item?
Oh wait, if you're.
Did you take the broom?
Oh yeah, I took the broom, but I'm just saying, like,
Okay.
in general, I've always had this idea of using Burning Hands as a ghetto fireball because the spell Fireball is a useful spell, but the thing is, though, is that's not until like at the higher levels, and
Yeah, you wouldn't have access to that as a what are you considered? Is it a third or quarter caster? I don't fucking know.
Fireball's a third level spell, so I wouldn't.
You don't have that for a bit. Now, obviously, you guys have weapon bonds, so you can't be separated from your katana. You can't be disarmed with it.
Yeah, I was thinking of
Is your katana your main method of fighting? Would you say?
Yes, because I also have booming. I also know the cantrip Booming Blade, which technically I have to first make the weapon attack. Then because I'm at level 8, they get dealt an extra D8 of damage.
Okay.
And then they're wrapped in an energy that if they leave of their own accord, they take another D8. No wait, I think they take 2 D8 of damage.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure something like that. And I do know, obviously using that, it would forego your second attack because extra attack versus casting, you know.
Yes.
But it still is a nice option to potentially keep them from getting close to one of your other allies. It's useful. It's diverse for your K.
But I can still make a second attack anyway because at level 7 I know War Magic, where if after I'm casting a cantrip, I can make a weapon attack as a bonus action.
Fuck, you're right. You're right. That's awesome. Now, really quickly, I'm looking at your cantrips, right? I'm looking at them. I want to ask really quickly, what gave you the Eldritch Blast cantrip? I'm just trying to remember.
Spell Sniper.
Spell Sniper, really?
Yeah, you learn one extra cantrip from any of the other classes, like Bard, Warlock, Sorcerer, but I have to use that class's spell modifier instead.
Well, you have Intelligence and Charisma are both a 16.
Yeah.
So it's not a problem there.
Yeah.
It's really interesting too because you also took Eldritch Adept and picked. I'm assuming you picked Agonizing Blast. That's on your list, right?
Yeah.
So that means it's you shoot that.
Yep.
And I gotta wait. You know what? I gotta double check something really quickly. Eldritch Knight, because I'm wondering, because obviously that means you have two rays, I believe. You have 2 rays for Eldritch Blast. Each of them are given the Agonizing Blast property.
Yeah.
So you have the +3 on it. And it doesn't say on War Magic that it has to be a cantrip from your wizard spell list. So you'd be able to swing with your sword afterwards as a bonus action.
Yep.
Which is fucking insane. That's insane that you could shoot Eldritch Blast and then swing with your blade. Especially because arguably your blade could be considered better because your main stat is strength. Your main ability is your sword, essentially. But the fact that you're able to just throw that at the end of a spell gives you a lot of potential to do a lot of fucking different things. And that's really cool. So on your spell list, obviously besides your cantrips, which it seems like you have very useful cantrips.
Yep.
What are your spells, like your first and second level? Which one of those do you think you're going to be using all of them? Or is there a few that stand out? You're like, yeah, that's going to be a big one for me. That's going to be what I'm going to focus on the most.
Well, I know I'm going to be using Hex because of Fate Touched. I Hex a target, I can deal an extra d6 of damage to them.
Mm-hmm. No, that is concentration, but I believe that's whenever you hit with an attack, right? Not just one extra d6?
Yeah.
Oh, and you give them disadvantage on ability checks. That could be interesting. That could be huge. And then you either remove Curse or Concentration, and remove Curse is a very rare spell to see, especially in a tournament setting. Yep. Odds are you're not going to see too many people remove Curse. Hex being a bonus action too, pretty fucking huge, because you could Hex and then still swing twice with your sword as an action.
Yep.
Okay, I'm seeing what you're throwing down, you know? So Hex stacked with casting spells and your sword on top of that. Is there any other spells you plan to make use of that aren't concentration?
Absorb elements, in case they use like some sort of elemental spell or cantrip. I'm pretty sure that it can work for cantrips, I think, unless...
I'm pretty sure it does. I'll double check. I think it can be I don't think it needs to even use spells. I think it just be used on anything to attack, like if a lightning bolt hits you. Yeah, no, it stores the energy. Doesn't need to be a spell. It just has to be acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage. Does not need to be from a spell.
Because using absorb elements, I basically next melee attack I deal an extra. I think it's d6 of whatever element I absorbed.
That is, if you cast it at first level. At second level, it would be 2d6.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. Okay. You also have shield as a reaction. Do you imagine absorb elements would be more useful than shield for you?
I think both are useful because I know that fighter would be what would come to mind first is be offensive, but but I'm pretty sure there has to be times where I can't be all offensive and I have to take up some defense. So I feel like which is why I took absorb elements and shield because.
And honestly, best time to use them is your reaction because I don't believe you have other reactions besides absorb elements and shield, which just makes it better for your kit overall. And you mentioned you want to do the Burning Hands makeshift fireball by shooting downwards, which is pretty fucking cool. Is Burning Hands, is that a cone, right?
Yep.
What's the range? 15 feet, you said?
Yeah, 15-foot cone.
That's fucking awesome. That's really sick. Do you see yourself upcasting Burning Hands, or do you think you're gonna cast that first level for that bad boy?
I think it would be at first level.
Okay. And obviously you got Magic Missile, which I notice on here as well.
Yeah, if anything, I feel like Magic Missile is a basic spell, but can never go wrong with the basics.
Especially because it's guaranteed hit. If you need to finish someone off and they have a high AC, you're gonna be like, okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna use Magic Missile. Tell us about your second level. We know you have Misty Step, right? But you have 2 more spells on this list. Tell us about those.
Scorching Ray is pretty much, I feel like it's a combination of Eldritch Blast and Magic Missile because I fire 3 rays of fire at either multiple targets or a single target, which is kind of like Eldritch Blast with its how it can shoot multiple beams. But like Magic Missile, it's like I can like hit multiple targets or just focus on one. And the only difference is that I have to roll if the spell hits for each ray that hits an opponent that goes for an opponent.
Mm-hmm. And do you think you're going to be using that often, or do you think that's more of a mix-up for you?
I think that might be a mix-up.
Okay.
And I know that the next other spell is Tasha's Mind Whip, which is a spell that I did not know would possibly become. I'm pretty sure will become helpful in this tournament because I'm pretty sure what it does is that if I hit somebody with this spell on their next turn, they can only choose to do one action, which is like either choose to do an action, a bonus action, or a move action. They can't do anything else.
Okay. It does still do damage too.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad option. Do you think that'll be like if you have to pick? Let me ask you this then: if you have to pick a spell, this is like your go-to big spell. You're going to be guaranteed using this every single time. Pick a cantrip. Pick a spell. What do you think you're going to be using the most out of those?
I'd probably say Eldritch Blast.
So Eldritch Blast will be your big boy.
Yeah, because one, I have Spell Sniper, so instead of firing it at 120 feet, I can fire it at 240 feet because my range is doubled on that.
Is Eldritch Blast 120?
I'm pretty sure it is.
I thought it was 100. I think Fire Bolt is 100. No, it's 120. Fuck, you're right. Okay, I'm wrong.
And plus, if they have cover like 3/4 or half cover, I can ignore it. So
As long as it's not full cover, right?
Yeah.
It'd be pretty funny if it just went through the fucking wall.
yeah,
Dude, how'd it hit me? I'm like, I just ignore cover. You got X-ray on, you know what I mean? Oh man, that's great. Okay. So, do you imagine yourself playing a frontliner, backliner, or like someone in the middle? What do you imagine your role on the team is?
Oh, he's gonna be the front line.
Oh, you think so?
He's definitely gonna be the front line. Probably, maybe.
Travis, you think you're gonna be the
Don't
frontliner?
forget, violence is the
if
answer.
anything, I'm gonna try and draw as much aggro as possible, but I have ways of making a hot escape.
Now I do notice for your armor as a fighter, right?
Yep.
What armor do you have? Chainmail?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think you did not buy the plate mail upgrade, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because that's really expensive. That's like half your fucking bank account to get the plate armor upgrade.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. For context, I gave them like 3,600 or something like that for their. I think this might be the first time mentioning how much money I gave you guys to spend for your characters. I gave them 3,600 to spend to buy magic items and like upgrades to their gear and shit. So people who bought plate armor spent 1,800 to get plate armor. So it's like around half their fucking. I think it is half. It's expensive.
I didn't get plate armor.
I don't
I
think your
remember
entire.
it.
I think your entire team didn't get plate armor, but I could be wrong.
I was trying to remember. I'm actually trying to remember what my items were now. Fuck.
I know I brought a broom. I bought a broom, the flying broom, and I know I bought a necklace of adaptation.
Mm-hmm. What does the necklace of adaptation do?
It's basically like
Necklace of adaptation.
yeah, it basically acts like a sort of a gas mask for every environment. So like if someone tries to use poisonous gas on me, the necklace of adaptation basically makes it so that I can breathe without breathing in the poison gas.
He has advantage saving throws against harmful gas and vapors. There we go.
I can basically like if I were to like be thrown into the water and I got dragged underwater while wearing a necklace of adaptation, I'll act like as if I have a breathing helmet on.
Oh, will it? Or is it just gas?
No, it
It says here, while wearing this necklace, you can breathe normally in any environment.
Ooh, that's
So
pretty
I
cool.
would assume water would also.
Yeah, if you can
definitely
start
work.
getting drowned, I guess that'll be very useful.
That's actually also kind of why I took that too.
Now, I'll tell you, in the actual arena itself, there's not water there. However, it doesn't mean there's not spells that summon water. So
And like create or destroy water.
yeah, what's gonna happen when someone's like, yeah, I'm just gonna put you
Put you under.
underwater. Like I'm gonna my item that I bought is a bucket of water. I'm gonna keep you in it. Oh man.
Oh god, not the swirlies. Oh no.
Yeah, my
No,
my main weapon for my one of my NPCs, I bought an entire toilet. I installed it into the arena as my subclass, and I'm just going to give you swirlies. So have fun with that. But okay, so realize we seem to understand how this kid plays. It's pretty simple, pretty nice. Who wants to go next? Who here is ready to talk about their character?
I'm pretty sure Zach is also just as simple.
Also simple. Zach, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure, I'll go
I
next.
am the only multi-class here.
That's fair.
Ah,
That's fair.
that's fair. Okay. So, I am just a cleric, but as I mentioned, I am a cleric of the peace domain.
Yeah. What does peace give you differently from other clerics?
So the first thing it gives me, the base thing it gives me is emboldening bond,
Mhm.
which I can forge a bond between a bond of peace amongst people. As an action, I can choose any number of willing creatures equal to my proficiency bonus, which just happens to be 3, so I can target everyone in the party, including myself.
Okay.
When we are, for the next 10 minutes, when we are within 30 feet of each other, we can each roll, we can add d4s to an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw.
Ooh.
Once per turn. It's not just once per casting, once per turn.
So per turn.
Wait, which spell?
That's not a spell.
This is a class feature. This is what I do.
Oh,
So I get to,
Oh,
I
shit.
basically get a free, I think it's blessed, or a free guidance, basically. I can a free guidance to all of us every turn on an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw.
Now you know what's really interesting about that, right? So it says turn. It says turn, right?
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure turn in 5e, right? Is a round is the entire. If I'm correct, a round is everyone going in initiative, right?
Yep.
I think a turn, if I'm right, is one person going during that initiative part, right? So a saving throw, as it mentions, it works for saving throws, right? Would probably not be made on the same turn as an attack roll, right? If I'm correct, am I right on that? Because I think the idea is that sneak attack on rogues is once per turn as well, which is why it's really good when you get them to go on someone else's turn.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck. So that D4 is actually it's small buff, but it'll add up and potentially save your asses in certain moments. But you do have to be within 30 feet of each other. Is the big thing.
Yes.
Now, question: does that mean be 30 feet away from one of you guys, and then the other person's 30 feet away from that person, and it acts for all three of you, or do they have to be 30 feet from you?
while any bonded creature is within 30 feet of another.
Oh, so you guys could actually just spread out 30
We can daisy chain it.
feet. So it could be you guys could be
Oh.
all 60 feet apart essentially. That's pretty cool. Okay.
Yep.
Fuck, man. Shit. Okay. I'm thinking of what you're throwing down a tiny bit. That's really good. What else do you have for this subclass?
So that's the first fun thing I have. The second fun thing I have, so clerics get something called Channel Divinity. That is our main resource for our class-based stuff.
Mhm.
Every cleric can use their Channel Divinity to turn undead or destroy undead, but they also get a secondary that thing they can use it on exclusive to their subclass. Mine is called Balm of Peace.
Okay.
Now, what it states is, as an action, I can move up to my speed without provoking opportunity attacks, and when I move within 5 feet of any other creature during this action, I can restore a number of hit points to that creature equal to 2d6 plus my wisdom modifier.
So it's the opposite of a drive-by, essentially.
Basically, it will allow me, it basically gives me a healing sprint action without provoking attacks of opportunity.
Which is honestly really, really good as a
Uh-huh.
cleric. It does mean that you're going to want to be, obviously, if you move 30 feet in a turn, you would want to be able to use it on both of your allies.
Yep.
But that's still really fucking good.
You're like Magic Lucio.
Yep. Basically, it lets me go for a walk and help my allies.
Is there anything else that your subclass gives you, or are those the big two things? Those are both really good already.
So the third thing I get so that bond I mentioned before, because I took 6 levels in this. So my big thing was deciding whether or not to multi-class, but just the stuff they added for sticking to this. Because I stuck all the way through for 8 levels, basically, if a bonded party member is about to take damage, another bonded party member can teleport next to them and take the damage instead.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Question: does it guarantee? Let's say, for example, you have a 14 AC, and let's say Travis is 18 AC. I roll a 16. I'm gonna hit you. Travis wants to take the hit. It'll still hit him though, right? Like guaranteed.
Correct.
Okay.
You
So you
take the
can't block
damage.
the damage, but you'll tank it.
Exactly.
Fuck. That is fun. That's really fun. I love that. Okay.
Uh-huh. And then the last thing I get is I get to add my wisdom modifier to my damage and cantrips.
Oh man, dude. And your wisdom modifier, I believe you have max. You have a 20 in your wisdom.
Yes,
So you have a
I
plus 5.
do.
That's good. That's really fucking cool. Okay, so Peace Domain kind of cracked, as we've seen the clerics in this tournament be cracked,
Mhm.
As clerics usually be.
as they are. I'm noticing. Okay, no, I was looking to see where your attacks were. Is you have a shield
Yes.
and you have a mace, right?
Yes.
Do you imagine that you're gonna have the mace out often, or do you think you're gonna be mostly a spellcaster?
I am going to be so my thought for this was to be almost entirely support. Because of just how much support that this subclass oozes, and with the insane damage potential that Roaz can. I don't know much about Beethoven's damage potential, but because Roaz has that insane damage potential, I wanted to be someone that could make it easier for them to get in and clean house, and also clean up after them.
You know, as you're saying this, I'm looking at your additional features and traits, right?
Mhm.
As you're talking about this, I'm gonna run through these really quickly because I think I want to get to a certain one really, really quick. You have Warcaster, right?
Yep.
You have advantage on your con saves for
Yes.
concentration spells, which works wonderfully for spellcasters. Let's be fucking honest for a second.
Yep.
And we'll talk about what you plan to use concentration-wise as your main thing later. But you also can use a spell for an opportunity attack as well. You don't need to use your mace at any point in time.
Nope. I super don't.
Unless someone disarms you with your holy symbol, right? Basically what you use to cast spells. Unless they disarm you and take that and put it in their pocket or something. In which case then you need the mace.
And or if I get silenced, I'll use the mace.
Or we get silenced. Okay. You have Gift of the Gem Dragon, right? You want to explain that real quick? Go ahead and explain that one real quick.
So Gift of the Gem Dragon gives me something called Telekinetic Reprisal. When I take damage from a creature within 10 feet, so it'll typically be melee, I can use my reaction to emanate telekinetic energy. The creature that deals damage to me must make a strength saving throw, which will be DC plus. Oh God, I forgot it was. so decently sized DC because of the wisdom and all that. If they fail, they take force damage and get pushed away from me, and I can use it up to my proficiency bonus. So if something tries to hit me in the face, they then have to make a hell of a save, or else they take two. Is it 2d8?
2d8, yes. I believe it is a 16 DC, right?
Yeah, 16.
Okay. But the thing I want to talk about on your feats is I'm looking at Fey Touch, right?
Well,
And I know you had Fey Touch. We know you get Misty Step already.
Mhm.
But as you were saying, oh, I'm a support unit. My only thought is, you motherfucker. I see silvery barbs on here that you took. I see what you fucking took. I know what this is. Because it's, in my opinion, the most broken first level spell in the game. Let's be fucking clear here, okay? This thing is insane. It is incredible that it's a first level spell. So yeah, you fucking took that. I don't even need to ask if you're gonna use it. I know you're gonna use it. You get is a rule for that? You get it once for free and then it starts using your spell slots?
Yep.
Oh, you fucker.
What does Silvery Barbs do again?
He can basically. You want to explain it or should I explain it?
No, I think I'll explain it.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So I give disadvantage on a creature. They have to use a lower roll, and then I can pick a different creature and give it advantage for a minute.
And obviously, once you use the advantage, you use the advantage, right? So it's not like you're stacked with advantage. But the idea is, I see you attacking my ally. You got disadvantage. They're gonna get advantage next turn instead of you.
Yep.
Which is fucking really good. It's really good. Silvery
my
Barbs
God.
is considered, like, I know a lot of the D&D community was kind of memeing on it when it came out because of how good it was. And it is really good. I've seen people in campaigns use it wonderfully. Yeah, no, I saw that, and I'm like, shit, that's really nice for your build. But obviously, we know your cantrips, right? Will get your extra +5 for damaging. Which of your cantrips do you plan to be using to damage people?
Toll the Dead.
Toll the Dead's your go-to?
Toll the Dead was my first time playing a cleric was a goblin cleric. Toll the Dead was my most used spell. The only thing that came.
Toll the Dead do?
Toll the Dead is a wisdom saving throw. It's a save or suck. So if they save, they get nothing. Nothing happens. But if they fail, they take a D8 of necrotic damage. And if they've already been damaged, they take a D12 instead.
Now let's be very clear. You're level 8.
Oh,
It's not 1d12 or 1d8. It's 2. On both of those.
2d12 plus 5.
+5 for a cantrip.
For a cantrip.
Now keep in mind they gotta fail the wisdom save. Right? So it's less dependent on
What's
you.
your wisdom?
Well,
Oh, it's a fucking 17 DC, by the way.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Because-
because you got the fucking where is it? Amulet of the Devout. You got the +1 Amulet of the Devout. You bought that. And you got a max one. So 17 DC is the highest DC you're going to see in this tournament because of the fact that you need to have a max stat and then you need to have a +1 on there as well. And no one's allowed to have a +2. I made sure nobody got a +2 on anything. So 17 DC is typically the highest thing there, right? But yeah, that's really good. That's really good. What's the range of Total Dead too? It's like 60 feet?
60 feet.
Yeah, that's really nice. By the way, for context, on average then, that's about, I believe, on average, 18 damage on Total Dead for you, if they've already taken damage, for a cantrip.
Oh my God!
Now, that's not the most damage I've seen from a player, obviously, but for a cantrip, that's a bit good. That's a tiny bit good,
But it's all good. I'm just a support class. I'm just
you're
support.
class.
You're the literal definition of no one fucks with the white mage.
No one fucks with the white mage, baby.
So let's talk about your actual spells now, because obviously you got a good amount of this shit. Don't talk about every spell you have, because you got a fucking lot as a cleric. Talk about the ones that you think you're gonna be using. Let's start with the one that I'm curious about. Your concentration. You can have advantage on maintaining it when someone's trying to break it from you. So what concentration spell do you think will be your go-to? Or do you have a few of those in mind?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a few of them in mind depending on the situation.
Well, what's the ones that come to mind?
So the one that comes to mind first is guidance, just the stack on top of stack. Just stacks on top of stacks on top of stacks. Just give as many additional buffs as I can to my party.
I don't think guidance is no, it's concentration. You're right. Fuck. Shit.
And because my bond is not a concentration spell, I can have that and guidance. I believe I can have that and guidance up at the same time.
Yep, you can. For context, for those of you who don't know what guidance is, it's arguably the best cantrip in the game. Not from a fighting standpoint, not from but like a roleplay standpoint, because what it is that they get a D4 on any ability check. Now, it's not as good as like your ability, where it's attack rolls and saving throws, which are going to be the main two things that are used. But ability checks are still potential, like they might come up. I know there's going to be moments where they do come up in combat, because I know everyone's kit. So the idea of giving someone 2d4 on an ability check is really nice. It's really good.
I would also likely use Bless a lot as well. Bless is basically an upgraded guidance, because I can. It costs a spell slot, but it's a level 1 spell slot, and I can use it on all my party members, and that can be used on an attack roll or saving throw. So that's an extra D4 for their attack rolls on top of the bond.
Yeah, unlike the bond, it's whenever the target makes an attack roll or saving throw, you get the extra D4.
Yep.
So you can make everyone have 2d4 bonuses to hit, to save. It's a bit scary. It's a bit scary when you're, looking at it and be like, that's actually, there's a lot there. There's a lot going for you.
That'll probably be my most common one, although I am prepared to have silence up if we have any spellcasters that are just wrecking our shit. Or if I want to cripple their healer.
Now, this spell that I'm about to mention is another concentration spell, so I'm skipping to it real quick.
Okay.
It's always the one that I notice immediately on sheets. I always look for it. Banishment. Do you think is that there for flavoring, or is that going to be utilized at all?
That depends on how the situation goes.
What would warrant pulling out banishment? Because keep in mind, banishing a player doesn't mean that if you knock out the other 2 allies, you win. You still have to beat the third one. But you potentially turn a 3v3 into a 3v2 with a single spell. So do you think that, like, when would it come up for you? When in your mind would it be like, it's time to whip out banishment?
I think if we find a team that has ridiculous synergy, if there are 2 things are going to have to happen. First, the other team is going to have amazing synergy that we can't easily take one of them out of the equation.
There are a few teams like that, I'll tell you that right now.
Actually, you know what? Make that 3 things. So that's the first thing that needs to happen.
Okay.
The second thing that needs to happen is the removal of that one player means we can steamroll the other 2. Because if we remove that one player and the other 2 can still just wreck our shit, then I chose wrong, or there are other things I could use that spell to bolster us to better withstand their stuff.
Yeah.
And the third thing is I have to be able to get away with it. If I sense that they have some counter spells on their team or something that'll prevent the banishment from happening, then I'm not going to waste a spell slot on banishment.
That's a good point, because they could counterspell it. Granted, they would have to either roll for it or counterspell at 4th level, which is potentially, arguably a waste of a counterspell, because it negates the chance to even... You ignore the saving throw, you might have passed the saving throw and it wouldn't do anything. But because you have banishment, it seems like you do plan to potentially utilize this. You also have Death Ward, which I know some people have Death Ward as well. And there is the idea of, hey, Death Ward can be cast before the rounds begin. I could, in theory, cast Death Ward twice and just not have 4th level spells going into this match, right? So, I'm wondering, do you plan to utilize Death Ward at all, or do you want to keep those extra 4th level spell slots for a potential banishment or an upcast of a different spell?
I want to keep 1 for banishment. At least 1 for banishment.
At least 1. Okay. Makes sense. So, but there's a good chance that Death Ward might be used prior to a match on one of you guys.
Oh, for sure.
Who do you imagine you use Death Ward on out of the 3 of you?
Roez, if anyone.
Really? Oh, because he's in the front lines?
Yes.
That makes sense. Okay. Are there any other spells that you think are worth mentioning on your list that you think you'll be utilizing a lot of?
Motivational speech.
Oh shit! Wait, is motivational speech a spell, or is that a fucking...
It's a spell. It's an enchantment.
Really?
Yep. And that I would also use before the match starts.
That is a before the match spell, yeah, you're right. Now, it does mean, of course, keep in mind, you go in with one less spell slot, but you could use that before the match. That is part of the rules I have stated. So, yeah, they gain 5 temporary hit points. And if they're hit by an attack, they have advantage on the next attack roll.
Yep.
So you're a really useful like support unit from the looks of it.
It is the white mage.
Do you imagine yourself as a backliner or somewhere in the middle? Of the
Oh,
field?
backliner for sure.
Mhm.
Keep me out of contact. Keep me out of combat. I want my peace. Damn it.
It does seem like your kit is meant to buff your allies and heal your allies.
Yes.
You have healing word as your healing spell. That's your go-to, I'm guessing.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Bonus action level 1 healing spell. Yes, please and thank you.
That's fair. It just adds more buffer room, for everyone else. That's good. That's good. Okay. So you have a really nice kit going on here as a backliner, and it seems like you have things in mind to help both of your allies. Speaking of both your allies, let's move on to the third one. Let's talk about fucking Beethoven now, I guess. So Beethoven is a level 4 bard, level 4 paladin. What do you have unique from your subclass or your feats or magical items that you want to mention that is going to be essential for your kit?
I can insult the hell out of people.
Okay, vicious mocker. Yeah. So you think you'll be using that a lot?
Yes. Like I'm gonna be honest. After hearing both of them, what they do, I didn't realize that I realized I didn't actually put too much thought in what I'm taking, because like oh my god.
I mean,
This is
we just
like,
went
how
over
do I
the
move
man
on?
who has 20 years of D&D experience, okay?
Yeah,
Give him some credit. He knows what he's doing. He understands the role of
He
play.
knows what he's doing. So like, how do I move on from that? Like, holy
Yeah,
crap!
you gotta follow this up. It's like when you follow up a presentation in class and it was really fucking good and you just threw yours together 5 minutes ago.
how do I exactly? How do I? Fuck.
Now, I do notice you also have a 20 in your charisma, so it does seem like you are going to mostly be using your spell casting rather than your rapier that you have.
Yeah. So my general idea though was that like I would be like part damage. Like if the other Zach is gonna be in the back, Roaz is in the front, I'll be in the middle, trying my best to support. But if they get too close to me, I can still dish out something.
Now, this is interesting. So you imagine yourself as more like a midliner, would you say?
Yes.
Makes sense, because you could smite. You're a paladin. So
Yeah.
your rapier allows you to smite, despite having a 16 strength, not a bad number at all. But obviously, spellcasting, you put a bit more into there. So it makes sense. It makes sense that you're being more of a midliner role. You have the spells you need. Because you're multi-classing, you have level 3 spell slots, but you don't have level 3 spells. It's just you can upcast to level 3, which is really fascinating to me. Because I fucking hate the idea of multi-classing with spells casters because it's really complicated for that reason. How have you adjusted to that? Do you like it? You think it's like easy to understand, or
Spells and like I have been playing like to like prepare for like something like this. I have been playing a lot more like magic classes recently, so like sorcerer, or I've also played a little bit of bard, and I also played a little bit of like just I played like some things with like magic and like that were magic focused to just understand how this works. Because I know with my friends, they're like, how does this work? This is weird, but it's also really insanely powerful.
Yeah. So let me ask this then. I think this would be an easy way to break down your kit, because you have the potential chance to be a caster with a +8 to hit, a 16 DC, which is really nice, or a striker as a paladin with your rapier, and you can smite with potentially 3rd level spell slots.
Yes.
Can you? Hang on. Can you smite with 3rd level spell slots, or can you only smite? I think you can only smite with how far your paladin levels go, right? I think you have to use the 3rd level spells for your bard half, if I'm correct.
Yeah, yeah, I think.
I think I wrote this down in our DM somewhere, which we can go over that later, not on the podcast, because that's fucking just technical shit. And it's complicated. Fuck spell, dude. Fuck multi-classing spellcasters. Worst shit in the game, for sure. I hated wizards enough, but oh no, this takes the cake. Do you think you're going to be utilizing both kits evenly, or do you imagine it'll just depend on what's happening on the field?
I think it also just depend on the situation, because I also have like things like silent, so I could just make sure they can't speak whatever spell they need.
I'm gonna give you two hypotheticals, right?
Mhm.
First hypothetical, let's say the other team has one frontliner, two backliners. Do you go spell casting backliner, or do you go smiting frontliner?
I would probably try to go for the backline.
Okay, so it'll be like two in the front lines, and you'd be supporting Roas from the back. Now, in the hypothetical where it's two casters and one frontliner, right? Or two backliners, one frontliner for the other team. Would you then go to the smiting plan, or would you also still prioritize casting?
I hold on, I need some water.
Yeah, no, all good. I'm almost out of water. Yeah, I've been fucking chugging this shit all podcast so far.
Because my plan was it's just like a whole as as a bard, it's like supposed to be the guy. Oh, he's the jack of all trades, so I'm just like taking that to the finish line. I'm just gonna be like, whatever situation there is, I'm ready for it. So I'm here to support him. I'm here to attack them. I'm here to support him.
Okay. Let me ask you this good question then. Well, obviously, now that I realize that you guys are front, mid, and back, the chain thing for that fucking 30 feet range, insane. But I'm wondering for your spell kit, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you're casting, what spells do you have that you're going to be using often? That you imagine you'll use often, at least.
Spells. Dissonant whispers.
Okay. Is that like your main go-to? You think?
I mean, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because then they can just run away from me. On the failed save, if they don't do it, they have to run away from me. So I'll be in like a comfortable spot, away from like too much damage. So like I won't be like overrun, but I'll also be like there.
And then running away from you also means they're running even further away from Tarl, which is your backliner, which is also really good. I also see, if that's your main spell, it makes sense. I notice you have Inflict Wounds, but that's a melee spell, so unless they get up to you, I don't think you're going to be utilizing that too much. But when you cast Inflict Wounds, what level do you plan to cast it at? Is that going to be like your upcast spell, or is that going to be a level 1 spell exclusively?
Probably upcast.
So let's say, in the hypothetical now, you manage to stay away from the enemy, right? At that point, Dissonant Whispers isn't going to be too helpful. They're not coming near you. What spell do you have here that you're going to be utilizing to attack from a distance?
Cloud of Daggers.
Cloud of Daggers. Interesting. Okay.
That's 60 feet.
Makes sense. Yeah. You put it down. I think it's concentration. You can upcast it if you wanted to. It's not a bad spell. It's pretty good. All right. Yeah, that's pretty simple, honestly. Your build is a lot simpler than I thought it was. I think Tar was the most complicated build, now that I think about it.
Yeah. 20 years of experience helping him right
We spent like 10 minutes on Tarl, dude. Do you have any feats that are interesting for you besides Fate Touched?
I also took the Shadow Touch.
What does that do for you?
So I get invisibility. And that's also where I got Inflict Wounds from, actually.
Oh my god, okay. Do you think you'll be using invisibility often, or is that just kind of...
I mean, if I want to be cheeky...
I mean, cheeky might win you the fight. Cheeky might win you that battle.
That's also why I got that, what's it called? The Gem of Brightness? The pseudo flashbang.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Would you do that when you're invisible? Is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna sneak up and then use it?
Yes. Blind them, and then Roas can just go in for the kill.
So what is it called? What's the item called?
Gem of Brightness. I'm pretty sure it does. If I remember correctly, that it does what I think it does. If it doesn't, then oh well.
That's the spirit.
I'll have to think of another plan.
A blinding light in a 30-foot cone originating from it. Each creature has to make a con save as if struck by the beam created with the second command word, which is a DC 15. So you can just blind them, yeah. And for context, if a creature is blinded, you have advantage to attack them.
Hell yeah.
They also fail any ability check that requires sight automatically. So that is actually a really unique item that I don't think a lot of people even know exists. So it'd be very interesting to see that out on the battlefield, especially if you're able to utilize it correctly.
Yeah. The only problem I have is that I have a really low AC.
Hey, I mean, yeah.
Out of everyone here, I have a really low AC. So
What is your AC? You have
13.
Studded leather armor? Is that what you have?
It was. I think it's. Didn't I get a chain shirt? What is chain shirt again?
Oh, do you have a chain shirt?
Did I not? Wait, did I not?
I don't think you
change
bought a
that.
chain. I
I
see that
bought
you
a
have
chain
Gauntlet.
shirt.
Oh, chain shirt's 13 AC.
Yeah.
But it's also plus your dex, so I think you're at a 14.
Okay, that's 1 point better. Take all the points we can
It's
get.
still, yeah, it's still not the best, but like, you know, it's there. It's there. Not terrible. You have some HP to buffer it out a tiny bit.
Oh yeah.
64 is not terrible. HP wise, actually, I think Carl has the worst at 54. Yeah.
Yeah.
And more than you.
And then Roez has the best at 76. It makes sense. He's a fighter. He's gonna be in the front lines. He better have the best fucking HP at that point, you know. all right, that makes sense. Now that synergy wise, I think we all understand where it's coming from. You got a front liner, a mid liner, a back liner. The mid's gonna support the front, the back's gonna support the mid and the front, and the front's gonna just be focusing on killing. Right?
Yep.
I get that right? Yeah.
Great.
He's
That's
got
pretty good.
violence is the answer. That's
So
it.
you got like
That's the
little
motto.
waves essentially. Like it looks like Taro will be the last to go down unless some ranged units start taking him out first. But it looks like if they're all melee, for example, they'll be breaking through your walls one by one.
I
you know?
do have warding wind. I could create like a whole what's it called, column of wind to just block all any some ranged attacks.
Holy shit! Does that block projectiles or also like spells?
I think it's just projectiles.
Yeah, ranged weapons. Okay.
Yeah, range weapons.
That's still pretty good against bow units and shit. you
Yeah.
know?
So I could just negate a ranger's capabilities with the bow.
That's good. Yeah. No, that's cool. All right, let's talk about the last section now that we know your synergy and your strategies going through this whole thing. It makes sense. The actual bracket itself and talking about who's on your side of the bracket, how this is going to work is I'm going to say a team name, right? And I'm going to tell you if they're an NPC or a PC team, and you're going to tell me your thoughts on them, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Really simple. And at the end, I'll ask you some questions. All right, this is in alphabetical order. I'm going to be removing you guys from this, and this is also the teams that you'll be with the banquet in, right?
Okay.
The first team is the Blood Drop Brotherhood, an NPC team.
Whoa.
What are your thoughts?
Sounds menacing.
Sounds
Menacing,
vampire-y.
Vampire, all right.
Vampire.
Could be, you know. I like seeing what people are, what the
Can you
impression
repeat
they're
the
under.
name again?
The Blood Drop Brotherhood.
Hmm. Yeah.
So you guys getting vampire vibes, okay?
Awaken my
vampire-
masters.
Either
Menace.
vampire vibe or like blood magic kind of thing.
Yeah, I was
blood
also
magic.
actually thinking more blood magic than.
So something actually
Vampires.
blood related in terms
Yeah.
of like their abilities. Okay.
Are we gonna see
The
some
next
blood
up-
clerics there?
Who fucking knows? Next up is the contracted or contracted, my fucking bad, which is a player team.
Oh, that sounds like mercenaries to me.
Okay.
Maybe a band of fighters.
You think
Well-
fighters? You think mercenaries? All right. I understand.
Sounds like at least one should be an assassin rogue or some kind of rogue.
Okay.
I mean, yeah,
I can
they're
see that.
contracted. They're contracted for whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I'm picking up what you're throwing down. All right. The next team is dropping the ball. Another player team.
Sounds like a team that listens to Dimension 20.
I don't think any of them do actually. I'll be real with you.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, I don't think. Does Dimension 20 have something with dropping the ball?
Well, they have a character who is nicknamed the Ball. He's a goblin.
Oh, okay, no. I'm like 90% sure. I know one of them listened to a D&D podcast. I forget which one he listened to, but now he's listening to Just Roll With It, my favorite D&D podcast. Fucking love them so much. I'm like caught up on all their episodes. It's great. On their Patreon, it's fucking awesome. It's a good time. They're a big inspiration for this entire thing to me. But yeah,
I don't know why, but I feel like they're gonna throw puns at us.
you think puns? Okay, you know what? That's fair knowing them. That's
Yeah.
actually really fair.
Drop the ball.
Oh dear God, is it a fireball team?
Oh god.
Who knows? You know, they might be dropping the fireball on you. You don't know.
Oh boy. It's a good thing I took absorb elements then. And the method I'm going to be doing that is going to be. I don't know how anyone's going to feel about my method of absorbing elements.
It's flavored Mega Man, right? Oh shit! No, I remember it now. It's flavored Fairy Tale, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I remember. Go ahead and say it real quick.
Most of the spells are Mega Man related, but I couldn't find anything Mega Man related for absorb elements. And then, like, wait a minute, this is D&D. I don't have to always be dedicated to one medium. So I decided to choose a different medium, and I chose Fairy Tale, where for absorbing elements, I'm going to inhale whatever spell they throw at me.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
You want to eat half the
You can
fireball?
eat fire.
Oh, it's so fucking stupid. Okay, the next team, I fucking love that. It's great. Good flavor. Is an NPC team called No Fail Faction.
Sounds like a
Fail.
faction. That feels like
No,
that sounds like a faction that fails a lot.
You think?
I was gonna say they might have to change their name after facing us.
Oh shit! Oh shit! The shade you're throwing on my teams right now. Fuck.
Yeah, I gotta
Okay.
get my silvery barbs ready, right?
Oh, dude, fuck Tarl, dude. This is gonna be the worst part. Is every NPC does not know how good Tarl is. I do, but I can't use that information when I have my NPCs attacking you guys. So I guess they're just gonna, suffer. All right, all right. The next team you guys got is gonna be the Misfits, another NPC team.
Sounds like a discount us.
I was
A
gonna say,
discount you guys.
More
Yeah,
variant.
fun fact actually, I just took your character sheets and I made them all better. I just optimized them.
Oh,
Oh man.
You know, it's really funny because I think I made that exact same fucking joke in the episode right after this one. But I recorded it yesterday. And it's actually another team in this side of the bracket. So I forget which one it's for though. Okay, and then another NPC team is Troublesome Threesome.
The fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they gonna get rowdy.
Okay.
I might
Are
say
they like?
they'll be troublesome.
Do you think they're actually troublesome, or you think it's just gonna be like oh, we got this?
Troublesome threesome. That I don't know. That screams like halfling to me. I don't know why.
Halflings. Okay.
yeah, I can see the halfling thing.
I just don't like how they're using the word threesome.
You don't like how they're using threesome? I mean,
Hey,
threesome could just mean a trio. It doesn't have to mean anything sexual.
We
Get
do
your
not
mind out of the
think
gutter,
that-
dude.
We do not kink shame in this house.
Dude, yeah. What? Hang on. First, who said anything about sex? What? What? Why would you even assume that? That's so dirty of you. Oh my god. This is a PG Christian podcast. You can't say
Not
that.
my good Christian podcast.
Oh my god!
praise. The only time there's a threesome is when me and my wife go to church. You know what I'm saying? Jesus is our third member of the threesome.
It's in the middle.
gotta save 6 inches.
Jesus Christ!
And you're supposed to
Yeah,
be a paladin.
But yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to fucking do that bit. I thought it'd be really funny. Okay, moving on from them. The last team on your side of the quarter of the bracket is Varen's Vanguard.
Is it PC or NPC?
NPC team.
Vanguard.
Vanguard. Yep.
A paladin and 2 casters, probably. That's what
You
it
think?
screamed to me.
Do you think
Oh, no,
like
no,
it's like a
Varen's
paladin
Vanguard.
leading the casters kind of vibe? Is that what you're getting?
Oh no, it's Vander's Vanguard. So it's
Varen's
or
Vanguard.
Varen, sorry. Varen's Vanguard. I don't know. Yeah, it sounds like a team of knights.
Knights. It's funny, you're not the first team to mention that. Okay. So you're getting the knights vibe there. All right. That's fair. Let me ask you these questions then. I'm gonna throw you in for a loop real quick. If you guys had to pick one team that you guys wanted to fight, right? Whether it be because you think it'll be a fun battle, you think it'll be an easy win, you think it'll be a great challenge that you want to overcome, what team on this list do you look at and be like, yeah,
Dropping the ball.
dropping the ball? What's your reason?
Based solely on the name. The name leads me to believe that they have a sense of humor, and there's probably a really good pun for what their strategy is, and I want to see what that is.
I
Okay.
was thinking the same thing. They
You also want to fight dropping the ball. You're also liking that mentality. of, yeah.
comedic
Dropping the
bits.
ball was
Comedic bits always make me laugh.
Okay, so all 3 of you are in agreement then. You all want to play dropping the ball. That's an agreed thing?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. On the flip side, what team do you not want to fight? I'll leave with Travis this time, because we led with Zach answering the first one, and you kind of all just agreed. Travis, what team do you see here, and you're just like, whether you think they're gonna be boring, you think you guys are gonna be fucked, you think there's too much sex going on or something like that. What team do you sit there and be like, yeah, no, I don't want to fight this team?
Varen Vanguard, mainly because whenever I think Vanguard, I think of something like heralding like some sort of end to something. They're a Vanguard team, meaning like they got ways to end people, so
Okay.
that's what sticks out to me the most.
Catching your vibe, so it's more of you're hesitant to fight them because you think they might be the biggest threat.
Yeah.
Okay. Mark, what about you?
It was either Varen's Vanguard or the Blood Drop Brotherhood. I don't know.
Same logic of the hesitance to fight.
For Vanguard, but like the Blood Drop Brotherhood, I now just like thinking of some like 3 edgy rogues.
And you think that's gonna be annoying to fight? That's your logic?
Yes.
Annoying personality wise or annoying combat wise, or both?
A little bit of both.
Okay, I get you. I get you. Makes sense.
3 edgy, 5 me.
Yeah, 3 edges 5 me. What about you, Zach? What about you?
I'm gonna go with the Misfits only because I want it really, really, really badly to be a music reference, and I have a sneaking suspicion it's not a music reference.
It's not a
Bards.
I'll tell you right now, it's not a music reference. I don't know what
That
you're
just makes me sad. I wanted just a team of punk rock grunge.
Oh, that's really funny. I should have done that. I like the Misfits team. So you don't want to fight them because they're a letdown for you.
Yes.
Okay. I'm taking away with you guys to throw down. Last question of this entire thing. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that you'll win this entire tournament? It's 5 rounds to win.
5 rounds to win.
5 rounds to win the entire thing. How confident are you guys? Scale 1 to 10.
On my scale, it's a 9.
A 9. Shit, you're confident. Okay.
I mean,
What about you two?
I do feel like we have the edge and the experience here with Tarl.
I agree.
Well,
I
it's
think
pretty
Tarl's
high.
2 decades. It's quite impressive.
It's pretty high. Just I don't think like near the 9. Just high.
All right. What would you say? Like an 8 to 7? Is
Yeah.
that what you say?
7 to 8. Yeah.
What about you? What are you, Zach? What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, with all y'all hyping me up like this.
They seem to be like, yeah, this is our golden child. If Zach goes down, we're fucked. Is what I'm understanding right now. So what are you thinking?
Well, I mean, we are kind of badass, you know. I like our characters. I like our synergy. I think what gets me most is the uncertainty. Like, these names don't give anything away, nor should they.
They don't. Yeah, they might, but they probably don't. But they might. Who knows?
As we are now, I would give us a solid 6 or 7, mainly because of the uncertainty of it, and because we haven't actually played a game with these characters together yet.
All right. Now I want to also mention I've been saying two decades because I've been intentionally saying what sounds older than just saying 20 years, right? I think 2 decades sounds older. I can one up that though if you want me to send you really into a midlife crisis.
Please do.
It's a 5th of a century.
God.
Have fun with that knowledge. Have fun with that.
He had to just put century there, and he would have.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I was like thinking, I'm like, yeah, I could really drop this and see what are your thoughts on that? You're playing for a 5th of a century.
It's not that I've been playing for a 5th of a century. It's there are 2 things. The first, it's that it doesn't feel like it, because I always feel like I'm learning new things, and I'm always feeling like I'm out of my depth.
Okay.
If that makes sense. But that's also just who I am as a person. And the other is that I've been playing D&D longer than some of the people in this tournament have been alive, and that hurts.
You're right! Holy shit, you're right! That's fucking insane. Oh my god, dude. Dude, I didn't even consider that. Holy shit. You're like, I've been literally playing D&D before you were born, you fucking idiot.
I have a sorcerer that is older than some of these players.
Oh my god, dude. That's fucking awesome. Holy shit.
I have dice sets that are older than some of these players.
Dude, I need to get some just you guys smack talking. Yeah, like I got D&D characters who have been playing longer than you've been fucking alive for, you piece of shit. That's fucking intimidating. I think anyone hearing that you have that much experience would be rightfully intimidated, rightfully cautious to go against your team. But they don't know that. They have no idea, right?
Yeah.
Which could be used to your advantage or could be used to be funny when you mention it. And send them into a panic.
I am a man who enjoys his bits. I do and do love bits.
Oh yeah, that's damn. I didn't even think of that. Thank God I'm not in that pool. Thank God. I just passed by 2 years. I passed that pool. We're fucking chilling. I was a baby. I've actively been alive for 2. Fuck. You said it was like. Do you know the month you started playing around? I'm curious. Is it actually 2 years for me?
I don't know.
Fuck, dude. That's incredible. Oh man. It's just surreal to me. Age is weird. I've been feeling it recently because I've been looking at obviously I've seen kids when I was like a teenager. I've seen like children, and seeing them now at the age they are, enough to put me into like a midlife crisis. So just the idea that you've been playing longer than these people have been alive for is really fucking funny. But I think that's honestly going to be a great story to have people like root for you, where they're just like, yeah, we're gonna root for the guy who has so much experience he could probably just obliterate most of these people. But you are playing a support unit, so it's not too overwhelming. It's not like you're playing a min-maxed.
Root for the old man. He doesn't have anything else to look forward to.
Hey, you may be a support unit, but you still don't fuck with them.
Oh man, that's fun. That's exciting. Let me end this off now. If people love your team and they want to find out more about you guys, if they want to watch anything you're doing, or if they want to support your projects, where can they find you? Start plugging yourselves.
Y'all go first. I need to find the actual name of my stuff.
Yeah, just plug whatever you want to plug. Idea, like, it could be anything. It could be an OnlyFans. If you have a fucking Only, go ahead. I don't give a shit. As long as you're an adult and you plug it, I don't fucking care. I'm not gonna stop you.
I have a YouTube channel.
Plug it. Go ahead. Say it. I'll just say you have a YouTube channel. How are they gonna find you? They don't know what it is.
YouTube.
They look at Beethoven's YouTube channel. I'm gonna look at Beethoven's YouTube channel right now. Go on.
YouTube.com/ I'm not sure really, because like it's like the name I changed it to, or the name that I can I just it wouldn't actually. YouTube.com/ Dante2831. There.
Dante2831, you said?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. There you guys go. You got a YouTube channel now. Go subscribe.
Yeah.
Travis, what do you got?
I don't have any plugins, unfortunately.
You don't have any plugs? Travis! Travis, you don't have any plugs? No, you're not. You're not the first person to not have any plugs. I've had an entire team that just isn't on social media, so I'm like, okay, I guess this is what we gotta go with then,
I got two things then.
Go ahead, Zach, say 'em.
So, fun thing about me is I'm a professional singer, mostly opera and choral stuff.
Holy shit.
I do have a YouTube channel that I have only uploaded one recording to, but if you look up Zachary Morehouse, that's More House on YouTube, you should be able to find some singing videos of me. And
cool.
I have an Instagram that I need to start. I'll put more singing stuff on. It's 3 words, exactly as expected.
Spelled exactly how it sounds, right?
Yep.
Any periods, any punctuation, or just one word, exactly as expected? Okay.
Exactly as expected.
There you guys go. For context, this will be uploaded sometime around February, March, so you got time to make those active.
Oh yeah, I'll have some more. I'll put some more stuff on the YouTube channel.
Fantastic. That takes us to the end of this little interview, guys. You've been a pleasure. Thank you so much for sitting down and recording this with me. I really appreciate it. Is there anything else you want to end the podcast on? Is there something you guys want to tell the audience?
If you all support us, I will post many pictures of my cat on the socials that I said before. He is cute. He is fluffy. He is dumb.
There you guys go. Bribery,
Absolutely. I have no shame. I will peddle my cat for views.
That's understandable. That's understandable. If you guys support this team, cat pictures. There you go. That's the bribe. That's the bribe. You too. You want to end it on anything or not?
Subscribe.
All right. Yeah. Anyways, you three have been a fucking wonderful time. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys stopping in, doing this whole thing with me. It's been great, and good luck in the tournament.
Yeah, thank you. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, definitely looking forward, especially after this.
Yeah, I hope this has hyped you guys up. Gotten you fucking your blood boiling, ready to go ahead. You see dropping the ball round 1, you fucking kill them. Kill their characters, get DQ from the tournament. It's worth it. You kill their characters. No, that's not allowed. Don't do that. Okay, but
silvery barbs.
oh fucking.